Angry guy here, and girl bosses are broke and in tears. Guys, before we begin, I just want to remind you to check out my Angry channel. There's a link to it in the description of the video. I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. There's a link to the channel in the description of the video. Go check it out and support me. So today we're discussing why girl bosses are in tears. They're going broke and they're in tears, and it's no surprise. Women decided that they could do bad all on their own, and now they're finding themselves in situations of severe hardship. They're crying on social media that they cannot buy food, they cannot pay their rent. Look at this comment also. Single men, and this was a response to a video I made. Men have abandoned a society that hates them. Single men working the bare minimum and thus reducing their tax exposure starves the big daddy government beast of its lifeblood, taxes. Women voted big daddy government into existence, and men are taxed to pay for their voting privileges. The only option for a man who is awake is to walk away and refuse to play a rigged game in a society that hates them. And this is the absolute thing, that fact that I'm talking about when it comes to Western society. Men have woken up and realized that they don't need a lot to be happy. Everything else is just based around women. As a man, when you have your life together, you suddenly realize, wait a minute, if I wanted to, I could, I can make my home into a place where it's very simple and comfortable. And I don't need all of this excess junk. And I'm happy. I have everything I need. I can eat whatever I want. And my quality of life is so much better. Women often like to say, oh, how can men live like this? But the reality is, you don't need a lot to be happy. Women have all this junk that they don't need. And then when they hit rock bottom, they can't afford their lives anymore. All of their stuff gets thrown into the trash. Sometimes it goes into a storage unit if they have anything of value. And then that gets thrown into the trash, or their storage unit gets auctioned off. I mean, that's the reality of women. But a lot of times they don't even have money for storage. It just gets thrown into the trash. Women have been living off the government, living off, the safety nets of public assistance for decades now, since going back to the 60s. And many of those safety nets are eroding, especially with hyperinflation. Guys, the next time we have a big crisis, and trust me, we're gonna have one. We're gonna have one. Things are not gonna be peaceful, and the economy takes a nosedive, and people are struggling for survival. And you know, everyone thinks, oh well, the government will just print more money and hand out more money. Yeah, and that'll just reduce the value of the money more, and result in even heavier, higher inflation. Women are not gonna be able to turn to the government and say, okay, rescue us. They'll give you a couple of dollars and that's it. And that money is not even enough to buy food, especially with inflation. And then, of course, women, being who they are going to start to target men and say, "Oh, the men are to blame." So while they're blaming the men for everything that's gone wrong and everything happening around them, they're also going to be demanding that men take them in, bring them into their homes, give them homes, and all of these things, because it's like, that safety net, the safety net of men is gone. That doesn't exist anymore. You have women don't seem to comprehend that they can have a million simps in their DMs, but all of these simps don't actually want to marry them. Okay, from when you look at the simps that are in there, a lot of these simps can't even wipe their own behinds. And when you begin looking at the simps, going through the simps, saying, okay, which of these men could actually provide for a woman, take care of a woman, is actually would be a decent father, that number begins to diminish very quickly. How many of these Sims actually want to even get married? That number begins to diminish very quickly. And then you quickly discover these Sims, a lot of these guys that are in their DMs, they just want their pictures. They just want these women on Only Fools and Lonely Fats so they can bust it wide open. And then, they can pay $9.99 a month to see the eagle, and then they disappear. That's just the reality of it. Women think that this type of work, adult work, is empowering for them until they discover that they can't get certain jobs anymore. They can't even get a job working at McDonald's or Walmart because of their Only Fools history. At a lonely fan being on Lonely Fans, law firms don't want to work with them. They can't get a home loan to buy. They can't get a home loan to purchase to get a property anymore, and it's just crazy. You see these girl bosses. They're all, they thought that they could do bad all on their own. They were like, oh, I can be Miss Ally McBeal, and now they're crying because most businesses fail. Most businesses fail within like their first year. And what's happening here? Well, these women are discovering that it wasn't that easy. Unfortunately, because of social media, you have all of these stories that show, oh, look at this woman. She started a business. She started a business from her home. Now she's making $2 million a year. And it's just like, wow, 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 wow. And of course, you had people like Cheryl Sandberg telling all women, lean in, like you can have it all. You can have the family, you can have everything you want, right? And where's Cheryl Sandberg now? She left Facebook and she ran off into the darkness. That's the honest to goodness truth, you know. And a lot of women that listen to her, where are they today? They have nothing. A lot of it comes down to luck. And many women who reached high positions in these industries, they only got there because of the men that they knew and the men that opened doors for them. This is a point that Sheryl Sandberg herself actually made, that a lot of the time, to get to the top of the business, to get to the top, you have to know someone and you have to have a mentor. The problem is that the problem is very often when you find a mentor, your mentor is not going to be the kind of person you imagine. It's not going to be as often the guy who's like, just hey, you know, it's not all going to be professional. Very often, the person who ends up becoming your mentor is going to be the person who sees flaws in you, and they realize this is someone that resonates with me. It's crazy. It's how you end up finding someone who will help you in life will often be a person not that you would imagine. It'll be a person who's kind of flawed themselves, very flawed themselves, and that resonates. It's something truly surprising. But more often than not, your mentor is a friend, you know, and your mentor will be a person who will talk crap to you. They'll talk crap to you. They'll talk crap to your face, you know. But here's the thing: if you can't handle this person, if you can't handle them, you're never going to be able to work in that industry, because this is a person who actually cares about you. I'm just being honest with you. That industry, on the other hand, is a cutthroat industry. In some of these industries, you need a person that will teach you the ropes. Modern women, they don't want friends; they just want power. But and they want power without responsibility. Power without responsibility and accountability is not power. That's privilege, and those privileges can easily be taken away. And women don't seem to comprehend this. They don't seem to comprehend this. And they think that when things hit rock bottom again, they're just going to, men are just, they're just going to say, men, listen, peasant, come here and serve me. Because if the government doesn't, they think the government's going to solve everything for them. But if that doesn't work out, they're basically just going to say that men have to come and rescue society and take care of them. And it's like, okay, good luck with that, ladies. Good luck with that, Felicia. Good luck with that, Keisha. Good luck with that, Karen. That's not going to happen. But good luck with that. Good luck with that, guys. If you're enjoying the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel. If you already have it, liking the video and turning on notifications, never miss another video ever again. Also, don't forget to check out my Angry channel. I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. So go and support me over there. You can find a link to that channel in the description of this video. So go and support me. Girl bosses are broke and in tears. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts on it. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away and cheers.